What's up everyone, I'm Demon Cringe, and ladies and gentlemen, today I got some special news for you guys and gals. So, it looks like Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed for 5 whole months. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, you remember how my very first gaming news video I did, it was about Cyberpunk 2077, and we talked a little bit about a possible delay. And guess what everyone, a delay just happened. So it says the game delay announcements just keep dropping. First, Final Fantasy VII Remake was delayed, pushed back to April 10th, just days before the scheduled release of Cyberpunk 2077. Now that game has also been delayed, pushed back from its April 16th release date all the way to September 17th, 2020. That's a 5-month delay despite the game being mostly finished and playable, according to CD Projekt Red. Now, I want to say something, folks. It really does look like the Cyberpunk delay seems like a blessing in disguise for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I honestly do think that if Cyberpunk, did make it to its, usual release date and all that, Final Fantasy VII would pretty much vanish from existence, to be totally honest. It also says more polishing and playtesting is always a good thing, and frankly, I'd rather have a high-quality game at launch than a buggy mess. A few months isn't that big of a deal, though I wish it was releasing in July or August, and simply aren't that many big releases. September is where the busy season really starts to ramp up before the holidays, so this will almost be certainly releasing in a more crowded playing field, which honestly won't be anything to be scared of and all that. Yeah, I don't think anyone can pretty much stand up to Cyberpunk as of now. This shouldn't impact its success very much. The hype surrounding the game is huge, of course, and excitement is almost certainly bigger than ever now that The Witcher 3 has become even more popular thanks to the Netflix show. Surely many newcomers to that game will look up to CDPR and their upcoming RPG. As they should, because now that we're coming into the new generation and all that stuff, the new decade, we really need more games to set new gold standards to be followed by the rest of the industry and all that, such as massive amounts of customization, for example. In any case, it's always a bit of a bummer to see something like this delayed, but I think that overall it's almost certainly for the best. I really think more studios should delay their games rather than release half-baked products. That's a very truthful statement, I gotta say. In all honesty, I really do think that developers like Ubisoft should really start experimenting with delays and all that, because we all know how the most recent Ghost Recon went out. Oh boy. We also have a second article that talks a little bit about the game's development and of course the multiplayer aspect also being delayed as well. Over here it says Cyberpunk 2077 has been in the works at least since 2013, but CD Projekt Red has only started really showing off extended gameplay in the last year. The game is supposed to be packed with sci-fi combat mechanics, body mods, vehicles, narrative choices, and romance options, so it's not a stretch to imagine those things taking a bit more time to get right. A multiplayer component for Cyberpunk was also originally supposed to launch right after the game's April debut. Among other free add-ons, in an investor call after the announcement, CD Projekt Red said the multiplayer option probably won't launch until after 2021. Now that's a big one. The studio has promised more updates about the game in general as we get closer to September, and of course below that we have an embedded tweet that we'll be reading right now. Here it is right here on the official CD Projekt Red Twitter account, and it reads, "We have important news regarding Cyberpunk 2077's release date we'd like to share with you today. Cyberpunk won't make the April release window, and we're moving the launch date to September 17th of 2020. We are currently at a stage where the game is complete and playable, but there is still work to be done. Night City is massive, full of stories, content, and places to visit, but due to the sheer scale and complexity of it all, we need more time to finish playtesting, fixing, and polishing. We want Cyberpunk 2077 to be our crowning achievement for this generation, and postponing the launch will give us the precious months we need to make the game perfect. Expect more regular updates on the progress as we get closer to the new release date. We are really looking forward to seeing you in Night City. Thank you for the ongoing support." Signed by the co-founder Marcin Iwinski and head of studio Adam Badowski. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said again, we talked a little bit about a possible delay in my very first news video about Cyberpunk and all that, and yeah, a delay did actually just happen. And like the first article said, yeah, it is a bit of a downer that we're gonna have to wait 5 months, almost a whole half a year for the game to release. But of course I do have faith in CD Projekt Red that they will, try to make the game as best as they can. And I really do love the statement they said that they want this to be their crowning achievement for this whole generation. We need more studios, with this mindset, And again, like I said, we need more studios that want to set, new gold standards in gaming and all that stuff. especially since, you know, now we're in the new decade and we really need some, you know, fresh stuff to, you know, to rock the boat a little and bring some more exciting features that really need to become staples and all that. So that about wraps it up for this news, ladies and gentlemen. You know, of course, the link to both of the articles and the tweet will be in the description below, so you can take a look at them yourself. The comments on the tweet are actually very positive. You know, the community feedback is entirely on their side. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, press the bell icon, and if you wish to support me, my page link is in the description below. And as always, I am Demon Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys and gals in the next video.